Welcome to Tutorial CU. My name is Yannick, and in this video we are going to talk about the binary search algorithm, and we will take a look on how it is working in the background, so what exactly it is doing. So if you don't know the binary search algorithm yet, well, it's a very efficient way on how you can find an index of a specific value in an array or in a list, for example. So here we got an integer array, and let's say we want to get the index of the value 6, so that would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And the binary search method that you can call on an array, for example, when you just put in the array and the value you are searching for will then return the index. So let's see if I hit start, that should be like 5, as I said. Let's give it a moment. The number 6 is at index 5, just as I said. So let's start thinking about what is happening in the background and why this is a very efficient way on how you can find specific values. We also got the content of the video written as a blog article at our website. You can find the link for that in the description below. We also provide an example of a custom binary search using a person class there. Very exciting, so check it out. Now, understanding this algorithm is quite simple. So if we have an array, we just need to make sure that it is sorted. So this is, well, at very first, one of the big downsides of this binary search. The array or the list or whatever collection you want to use, it has to be sorted. So for sure we can use link to sort that array, and afterwards we can then use the binary search. Now, if we compare that to a linear search, the binary search is definitely way more efficient. And this is because the binary search algorithm only has to iterate through the array logarithmically. Now, what exactly is he doing when we try to find the value 6? So basically, what he's going to do is we have, in total, we have 7 elements here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have an odd number of elements. He goes exactly into the middle of the array. So that would be 4. We got 1, 2, 3 on the left side, 5, 6, 7 on the right side. Now, if we have an even number of elements, so let's say, let me just add one here. We got 8 now. Well, what is the middle, right? The middle is like 4.5. So the value between 4 and 5 is 4.5. Great, or 4.5, just to make it easier for you to understand. So in that way, he would go to 4.5. Now, if we have that odd number, as I said, he would simply go to 4. Now he will see, okay, is this my value? We're searching for 6, right? Keep that in mind. So he will see, okay, the value that I got in the middle is 4, but I'm searching for 6. So no, this is not my value. We now have a left side from that 4 position where we are. Now we have a right side. Now, I don't want to make it too complex in that code editor. This is why I now open up some smaller images just to make a better visual representation of all of that. So here we got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 array. And keep in mind, we're searching for the value 6. As I said, he will now go into the middle of the array, which is 4. So we have a left side and a right side. And he now checks, okay, is the middle value my desired value? No. But if it would be, the search would be completed. He would point to 6. He would say, all right, I immediately found the correct index. Now, 4 is smaller than 6, which basically means 6 is bigger, so he will go to the right side. If we would search for 2, he would go to the left side now. He would just perform that action again. So let's say, okay, on the right side we got 5, 6, 7. Now that chunk of the array will get repeated as it did before. Now he will use that chunk of the array, 5, 6, 7, the right side from that middle outgoing, and try to operate the same thing again. So he will again take 5, 6, 7, go to the middle element, and then we will have 5, 6, 7, as I said, and he will see, yes, that middle element this time is the correct one, right? So he will say, yes, I found the correct element, I found the correct value, and the index in that scenario is 5. So this is basically what he's doing. He always goes to the next middle element. He takes the entire array, goes to the middle element, checks, is this the correct element? If yes, we're done. If not, is it bigger or smaller? If it's smaller, go to the left side. If it's bigger, go to the right side. And this goes on and on and on and on until we found our element. So right here, it's quite simple, right? Because we only have 7 elements. But if we would have like 1,000, then this would be a lot of iterations. Great, and that's it already. So this is how a binary search is working. Now for all of you geeks out there, if you want to know it, the algorithm is super efficient because it has a time complexity of logarithmic, as I said it initially, in comparison to, let's say, a linear search where we have O n, where n is the size of the array. But in that case, we're going through the iterations, or the iterations are passing through the array logarithmically, and this is why it is more efficient. Now, if you want to gain more expert C# knowledge, please check out our C# Progress Academy, where you will learn full stack web development, including software design patterns in C# and so much more. We offer a 14-day money-back guarantee, so you got really nothing to lose. Check it out. The link is in the description below, and I'm 100% sure that this is the fastest way on how you can progress as a C# developer. So, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions or any wishes for future videos, please write it down into the comment section below, and I'm happy to see you back in the next video.